Normally when you show up for a Mopar show and the forecast is for non-stop showers, chances are you've driven a long way for nothing. That's not the case when you come to the Indy Mopar Trade Show and Swap Meet. Bad weather could actually be a good thing. There's nothing to do outside, making for an indoor show like this one perhaps even better attended than ever. And that's exactly what happened this year. This is Robert Wolf reporting from the center of the Mopar world for March of 2023, the Indy Cylinder Head Show in Indianapolis, Indiana. If you're looking for a place to source restoration, race, new and used parts, then this is the show for you. You will find no bigger winter swap meet anywhere. These are pretty neat and very needed. Tell me a little bit about your project.
These are a new company that's making them for me that's out of Canada, and he's got the correct screening, the softer rubber, right metal that's stamped out the way they should be, and the right weld and everything. He did a lot of research on them, and from a lot of the experts that I've talked to said it's the best reproduction one they've seen so far.
Now, it's my understanding the original ones came out of Fram from Canada, correct?
Correct, that is correct. And this company has made filters for Fram. I don't know if they had made the six-packs one or not, but they had made filters for Fram. It's a big filter company. And he has a six-pack car and needed a filter part. He could not find one that he liked.
So he just went ahead and made it himself?
And decided to take it on himself. And he had an NOS one, and I sent him some pictures of some NOS ones I had and stuff. And he's very particular and wanted to be 100% right.
So there's a couple out now. Is there a difference in height on those, or where do they differ from this one?
I've heard a lot of stuff that some of the others are a little poorer quality. They're a kind of a rigid, almost a plastic finish on them.
So this is rubbery here?
Yeah, this is the correct soft rubber.
Right.
And it's smooth here instead of the punch out feel.
Right.
And I've heard people saying that the fit's not real good.
Right.
You kind of have to squeeze them in to get them in sometimes.
Right. So and you've tested this one, it fits well?
Yes, this one fits well.
Okay.
And I've compared it to the NOS ones that I have, and it's exact
So you're marketing it under what? American Muscle?
American Muscle Performance.
Okay, and that's how they find you?
Yes, that is how they find me.
All right, and you are also working on an air grabber one now. Is that
we hope to have that out, and we're looking at possibly a retail on that of only like $75 to $80.
And this one right here is going to cost you?
It's going to be a retail of $195 or $169.95.
Okay.
But I'm doing a show special on them to get the word out on them, and that is $150 for here.
Okay.
But they will be $169.95.
Are you going to bring them out to some other shows this year? You going to go into Carlisle and some other shows this year?
Yes, I am going to Carlisle. I'll be at Monster Mopar in St. Louis, or Mopar Blast they call it, and Mopar Nationals for sure, and there may be some other ones.
All right, look for these things there. Buy them before they're gone.
There you go.
All right, is this a real CUDA hood?
This is a original 69 Barracuda hood.
Okay.
A 1 year only hood.
So it would be on a CUDA Barracuda, correct?
Yes. You see the ductwork that has been put on and how they've opened it up in the middle there over the air filter, air cleaner.
And is this factory underneath
No.
here, or is this added on by somebody else?
It's added on.
Well, that's kind of crazy.
Well, from the factory, the scoops are not functional.
Right.
So somebody made these functional.
And where did you find this hood at?
Robert. I traded a 383 six-pack setup for this hood. Yeah.
So that's definitely cool. Flip it back down. So are these scoops in the original spot?
Yes.
Same as the originals?
Yes. This is an original 69 hood. And it had the turn signals on the hood.
Right. Well, somebody needs this thing.
Somebody with a 69 CUDA.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so this is conceivably somebody at the foundry just found this piece, and
Yep.
where were they made at?
It's got old school. Out in California, Houston, California.
And how'd you end up with it?
He just brought it in to us, a Mopar guy, and then I got it from him to make it a conversation piece for my showroom.
So everything's unfinished, right?
Yeah.
That's a cool piece.
wild,
Is
yeah.
it for sale?
Everything's always for sale. You know that.
If you want this, where do you get it from?
Pro Max Performance.
Gotcha.
Over in Indy.
Perfect. I'm here with Joe and Amanda, and they are doing some amazing distributors here, and they've been doing this for a while, I understand. How'd you guys get started doing this?
As like a side gig. I worked at the railroad and just wanted to make some money on the side, so I decided one day to go out and buy a Sun machine and do it the old school way, because I kind of got tired of the new stuff that they're making. It just doesn't work the same, and decided to try to sell one time, and then got feedback from customers, and they really enjoyed the product we made, and just got really positive feedback from them. So I just told my wife, I said, you know, why don't we try to do this? So we just bought a whole bunch of distributors, like I said, took a chance on the machine, and it's paid off.
So you guys doing it full time now?
Yeah, we do it full time.
Well, that's wonderful.
This
That's
is
wonderful.
what we do.
That's great.
I actually got laid off from the railroad back in 2019, and this just took off, and it was getting too busy and hectic at the railroad with doing this, but now we do it full time.
Well, made a choice for you.
Yeah, we've been very
Made
blessed
it
with
easy,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
for sure.
Well, it's good looking pieces. How do you choose Mopar stuff, or do you do everything?
I've been Mopar my whole life.
Yeah, so you specialize specifically in Mopar?
Yeah. I'm only 44 years old, and I've been doing this probably since my dad got pictures of me doing it in the garage, bent over a 440, cleaning it out. So we're pretty much Mopar through and through. But I do GM. I did everything from GM Corvettes to Stingrays to Model T4.
Yeah, we don't care about that stuff.
Stop.
So when you get a distributor, basically a guy's going to pull one out of his car, send it to you, and what's the turnaround time on that?
Well, right now, honestly, we're about 42 deep before today.
So what does that mean?
Right now, I'll mix them in. Basically, Jim from Racer Brown Cams, you know him? He tells me whoever's making the most noise.
Okay.
That's kind of how I am. Whoever's making the most noise, I get them done. I work with them. Some guys can wait a month. Some guys can wait years. They don't even care. But I don't like to do that. Right now, we're probably about, honestly, 6 to 8 weeks.
So I would guess then, if you wanted one of these done, to call you first and say, here's what I'm trying to do, get to a show or get a car done, and that way you know the time frame, correct?
Yes, and I tell everyone, and you can call me anytime, day and night. You can call me at 2 o'clock in the morning if you want. I'll talk to you about distributors or Mopars.
Right.
I don't care.
And when you rebuild them, you go through the whole unit?
What's that?
When you rebuild them, you go through the whole unit?
Whole entire thing's rebushed, everything's checked for straightness. It's ran, like I said, on the Sun machine, the dwell set, and I build these application specific. I don't just throw the good old, let's just put 20 degrees and be done. I build it to every cam. I use all the specs, duration, compression, everything to build these distributors.
All right, so Amanda, you're every bit as part of this business as your husband. So how did you get involved in this?
He started getting busy. He asked me if I could help him out some. So he started teaching me how to tear them down.
Right. So you're not just working in the front office, you're actually hands-on.
Exactly. I am parts cleaning, I am sandblasting, I do polishing, I do the painting, and then I hand it off to him, and then he reassembles, and we just have an assembly line. We just keep going.
Well, that's cool. That's cool. So it's a true husband and wife business.
It absolutely is. Yes.
I couldn't do it without her. No way.
Well, that's wonderful. These things look fantastic.
Thank you so much. I wish I had a dual point to show you, but it's on the front of the thing there.
Well, if you got a distributor in your car and needs freshening up, I would highly recommend calling these guys. They do a fantastic job.
Thank you very much.
So where did you find it?
Shipshewana, Indiana at the Amish. They have an antique auction every week. It's big time.
Okay. And what'd you pay for it? $10?
Yeah. You're pretty good.
You did really good. Thank you. I'll enjoy it. All right, this looks like a new piece here, a tall scoop for a new Challenger. What makes this special?
Well, the stock hood comes up, the stock scoop, the hood hits it about here, and the hood is down here, so it gets the scoop up and the clean air.
So it's higher by about an inch or two?
Right,
or what is it? Yeah. Yeah, and if it's no clearance issues on the stock hood?
No clearance issues on the side, doesn't rub, and it's already set up to bolt the stock grill in there.
So you can just pop this right on your previous shaker car and it's good to go. Beautiful piece. How much?
$450.
Okay, great. Thank you. All right, so if anybody says four-door cars aren't cool, this one is definitely the exception. What made you to build this thing?
Back in the 90s, I used to street race 62 Plymouth four-door.
Okay.
And this one we came across at the Mopar Nationals about 10 years ago. We got lucky. The fellow broke an axle on his trailer and made a deal that we couldn't refuse. So.
Okay. So you've done a lot of work to it, obviously. This thing, how fast does this thing run?
It runs 960s.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
The street and strip, or I mean?
I drive it there and drive it home.
Do you really?
With the tires you see on it.
That's awesome. What do you got for a power plant?
It's 605 cubic inch Indy motor. Motor cam, 12.5 to 1 compression, so I can run race gas with pump gas mix.
Right. Assume you run an automatic?
Yeah, push button still too.
Oh, cool. And what kind of gear?
410 gear.
All right. It's a beautiful car.
Thank you so much.
All right. All right, I'm with David today, and David, this is a fantastic Valiant. What year is this?
It's a 1965.
And what possessed you to do this crazy car?
My wife Karma loves Valiants.
Oh, so you built it for her?
And yeah, because my grandfather, that's what he had, and she always liked them.
Well, what most people don't realize is these guys build race cars for a living, and some of the fantastic race cars I've seen you guys, I mean, over the top crazy. This is over top crazy in a whole different way, because this is, totally drivable, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a race car at all.
No, it is not. Not at all.
Yeah, so tell me what you got done to it.
Well, we actually started with the engine. We took it to Bischoff, Tony Bischoff at BES, and I just turned him loose with it and told him to do whatever he wanted to do with it.
And so it's a slant six. How many cubic inch?
It's I'm not sure.
Okay.
Because he stroked the crank and I didn't ask.
Right.
But and it's probably 30 over, but it's 10.5 to 1 compression. Got a big cam in it, but it's very streetable.
Right.
Ross pistons. He done it right.
Runs pretty good.
Yes, it does.
Pretty stout.
It just what he told Carmi. He said every time you step on the gas, it's going to fry the tires off of it.
Well, speaking of frying the tires, it's not a normal suspension under here either. You've got a Gerst front.
We have a Gerst front end, and the Riley Motorsports 4-bar deal in the rear.
Right.
With a Mosier fabricated 8 3/4.
Okay.
Strange axles, 35 spline axles with 33 spline axles with the Detroit True Track hook to vintage wheels that barely fit in there.
So this was no easy restoration. You said that Lason's helped you out with a lot of stuff.
Lason's did, yeah. If it hadn't been for them, we wouldn't have probably got the project done. Because like I was telling you, when we start putting new parts on, you can't come in and put used parts in behind them. It just don't work.
Right.
And he had a lot of stuff for the Valiant.
Yeah, for those that don't know Dave Lason, he's an A-body freak.
Yes,
I mean, he is the one that saved more A-bodies than anybody else in his hobby, probably. And this was no easy venture. How many years have you been doing this car?
It's a 7-year build.
That's crazy.
7, yeah.
That's
I
crazy.
see why people quit on them.
So what now with it? Just have fun with it?
We just got it done, and she's going to drive it on good days. It'll never see any ice or snow or salt, but we are going to drive it. And we're not afraid to drive it.
It's a beautiful piece, so thank you for bringing it out. It is the star of the show.
Thank you. Thank you.
The 2024 Indy Trade Show is rapidly approaching. It will be held March 1st and 2nd this year at the Indiana Fairgrounds, rain, snow, or shine, so make your plans today to attend. Keep in mind this is a Friday and Saturday, not a Saturday and Sunday show. Stop by the MGG booth and pick up a free magazine, and if you subscribe or renew, we'll even kick in a free t-shirt for you. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more like this one, smash the subscribe to Mopar TV button. It's absolutely free. That's a wrap for Indy 2023. Until next month, I'll see you on the pages of MCG.